Hey buddy, Larcenies here, and welcome back to another breakdown. Let's do Paragon again, and which character we'll pick today. Well, if you enjoy having mechanical arms, and shooting dual-wielding pistols, and kinda moving like a badass, then you're in for a treat. If you guys don't understand what we're gonna pick, I'm gonna show you in a few minutes. But if you don't know, I'm gonna pick Mr. Twinblast over here, rocking the red and black. Looking like a fucking awesome person. He kind of reminds me of the guy from Watch Dogs a little bit. I like his design though. It's kind of cool. I just kind of wish he looked a little bit more unique. But Mr. Twinblast is a little bit more different than all the other characters, as he can only focus on one specific card, and those are the Fury cards. Now let's look at his stats. His base attack is at 9, which is actually really retarded. He's actually one of the strongest base attacks. Not the strongest, but one of them. His ability power is at 4, which is pretty decent, but not the greatest. Durability, yet again, he's a squishy person, so he doesn't like to take hits. And his mobility is at 4, which is okay, but it's not the greatest. So, with Mr. Twinblast here, but let's see what he has. He has On the Road, which is a passive that gives him attack speed. You have Double Shot, which is pretty much your basic attack, which shoots one gun at a time. Your evasion move is called Rocket Dash. Now this is the move you use to run away, or you can use it to run into a fight. It's pretty good as you level it up. I recommend leveling this up second, aside from your primary, which is Nitro, which does no damage, but it boosts up your attack speed even more, aside from the passive you have. Your AoE is Grenade. When you throw this little sucker, it blows up in like a second or two, and when enemies get hit, they actually can get slowed. But when you want to shoot shit for no fucking reason, you do Barrage, and this pierces enemies' minions and stuns the foe if they get caught by it. So always remember that when you use Barrage. So what kind of cards do you put on Twinblast here? Well, unfortunately Twinblast, he can only use cards with Fury on it. He can't use anything else. So you only gotta put Universal and Fury. So if you don't actually have good Fury cards, you might want to use the starter decks they give you, because some of the basic ones that they give you is not that great. I don't have many Fury cards unfortunately, but I did manage with what I have. You want to look for cards with attack speed, physical damage, and definitely critical chance. But this is how you want to make it. I'm just giving a strong recommendation, but I do strongly recommend his attack speed, because his base attack is at 9, meaning that his regular double shot is the most effective thing he has when he starts the match. Trust me guys, you're gonna see why. So when you start a match, you have two starter decks, one focusing predominantly on your attack speed, and the other one more focusing on your DPS. Now this one tailors more to you guys. When you start from level 1 to 4, you get to pick any of these two starter decks. When you hit level 5, you make your own. But like I said before, since Twinblast only can use Fury cards, if you don't have really good Fury cards, you might not want to make a deck for him. You might want to stick with these two starter decks. They're actually they're effective, so you can use them. So this is more tailored to you. One has more critical chance, and the other one has more base damage and health. So always remember that, guys. So let's see his moves. Unfortunately, I put a card into his attack speed and damage, but this is his double shot right here. Now if you think this is slow, imagine if I didn't even put that card in. He actually shoots slower than this. So always remember that. Now his second move, you're not going to really notice it unless you pay attention to Twinblast's back as it turns bright red. But this is Nitro right here. This gives you a attack boost. I don't know if you guys notice it right now, but it's actually shooting a little bit more faster than before. So this is when you fight heroes, this is the move you always start off with. This is your Rocket Dash to get out the way. As you level up, you can jump a little bit more higher and a little bit more farther. And this is his Grenade move, which literally is called Grenade, that you can move any direction depending on how far it can go. And once you shoot it, it leaves a nice little red aura. And when the enemies walk in, it blows up. It blows up in, like I said, 2 or 3 seconds, by less. But when you're angry, you want to shoot, you could just do Barrage. You can aim at any direction, and he automatically starts firing once you press the triangle button. So let's see how Twinblast does in a fight with my deck. I focused on attack speed, critical damage, and a little bit more damage dealing. So let's see how he does. Don't be afraid to use a grenade as well, because it can distract enemies to run away and kill some minions as a bonus. Now look at it. I don't know if you guys are noticing, but he's shooting a lot more faster than he did before. Don't forget that you always have Nitro as well. So don't forget that there's nitro there. Even though you won't see it, the attack speed will go up so much more faster. And if you focus on critical chance, look how much damage you're doing to minions and the enemy opponents. If you fight grunts, you can actually kill some grunts as they run from you and fear you. But in fights, you always want to make sure you have nitro ready. You don't have to worry about the grenade because that's not your primary move. Nitro is. And don't be shy to focus on critical damage, because if you can get the kill off the enemy before they can kill you, then you're golden. Like, look how much damage this robot is taking from me. Like, he's about to kill, he could have killed me, but due to the fact that I had critical strike, he tried to run and I used rocket dash to get the kill. The only problem is that Twinblast at the beginning, he's a little weak and he doesn't shoot as frequently as you would like. So you want to focus on minions first before you fight heroes, so that way you can get your cards ready to get the attack speed, or if you want, critical damage. It's the way you want to spec them out, guys, not the way I'm telling you. I'm just giving you an idea how to use the character. But if you want, you can get the kill. We just have to be cautious because his health is not the greatest, but you can get the kill if you want. So overall, I enjoy Twinblast. He's a lot of fun to use. You just want to make sure at the beginning you focus on minions rather than the heroes, because he's not going to be doing as much damage as you want, and you want him to level up his cards as fast as possible. That way he can do the damage he's supposed to be doing. I recommend cards with attack speed, physical damage, and some crit chance, so that way you can get the most out of his guns, because his base attack is his primary key. So you want to make sure he shoots as fast as possible to get those kills. He might not be able to take the damage, but he can dish it out like the best of them. But as the dust settles from his guns, that means the breakdown's over. I really hope you guys enjoyed what you see. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe to see more Paragon breakdowns. Comment below if I forgot anything. And share this with your friends if they're playing Paragon, and tell them to hit me up so we can make a team. But this is me and Twinblast, and we'll see you guys next time.